Yo, what's up, man? Back in here with a new video for you. Let's get into it. Today I want to talk about 4 things. 1, women. 2, alcohol and drugs. 3, food. 4, money. So, what do women, alcohol and drugs, food, and money all have in common? It's very simple. Is that you will never feel like you've ever had enough of those things, man. You never feel like you have enough. For example, I know way too many people who eat like shit, right? Because I used to eat like shit and I would eat with these people. Now, why am I always talking about diet? Because diet was something that was almost ruining my life, right? I was 260 pounds. It's crazy to think that that's 40 pounds away from 300 pounds. I would have moments when I would be asleep and have like sleep apnea and like snoring really loud, would stop breathing in the night. And that was all due to my gluttonous ways, right? Eating too much food. And I always used to tell myself, one day I'm gonna get it right. One day I'm gonna get in the gym. One day I'm gonna work on me, right? Let me just go to this drive-through one more time. Let me just have one more country fried steak. Ooh, country fried steak. Let me just have one more trip to Taco Bell. I fucking love Taco Bell, right? But at the end of the day, I just had to stop. Why? Because you will never feel like you've had enough of food that you're not supposed to be eating because it's unhealthy. You will never feel like you've had enough burgers, enough fries, enough wings dipped in ranch, right? You never feel like you've had enough of that shit food, man, whether it's pizza, whatever the fuck you're into. There will never come a day where you feel like I am done with this stuff. I'm sick of it. I change. So here's what usually happens. What usually happens is if you right now are in a place where you feel like you need to fix your diet, maybe lose some weight, for the sake of your health, for the sake of self-improvement, for the sake of being the best version that you can be, then you just have to decide to stop. It just starts with discipline. It will never be enough. You never have enough of food. It will never be. There will never be a perfect time. And this goes for alcohol and drugs, right? Personally, for me, man, I've never really experimented with drugs. I smoked weed one time back right out of high school, right? But never did anything harder than that. I drank a lot of alcohol. You never feel like you have enough alcohol. Sure, you might go one day, we all have that terrible hangover and you say to yourself, oh shit, man, I'm never drinking again. That was terrible. And you literally convince yourself because of the way you feel that you're never going to drink again. But 1 week later or a couple of days later, or even like if you're me and you really enjoy alcohol, the next day you're like, well, shit, I feel great. Let me just drink a little bit more. You got to build discipline with that stuff, man. And it's the same thing with women. You'll never have enough women. I remember having a conversation with my dad a while back when I was younger. And I remember telling him like, oh man, I was going to boarding school. I went to boarding school. I remember telling him like, oh yeah, the girls there are so pretty, blah, blah, blah. And I remember exactly what he said when I was talking about all these pretty girls at this new school I was going to. He said in an African accent, because I'm African, right? He says, there are pretty women everywhere. And it just never lost my mind. It just, that statement he made never left my mind. Every time I would see a pretty girl, instead of me thinking to myself, wow, there she is, I should go approach this girl, I won't ever see her again, this is my one and only chance, I would always remember there are pretty women everywhere, right? But pretty women everywhere also poses the problem that like, you will never smash every chick. Eventually, a man has to get to a point where he says, enough is enough. I gotta stop chasing ass overall because number one, it's not productive. Number two, it's just a journey that ultimately leads to destruction, right? but never really has a final destination, which is why you find like a lot of guys that have smashed a lot of girls, they eventually just stop and like will deal with like 2-3 women, keep like a steady rotation, or they'll get married, right? A lot of guys will retire out of the game. They've realized like not only is it a headache dealing with these crazy women out here who comes with drama, right? Tires getting slashed, women showing up at your place unannounced. Listen, done it all, it gets crazy. But at some point as a man, you've just got to decide, I'm done, man. Take money. You know, there is no amount of money in this life that will make anybody satisfied. You don't find satisfaction in money. I think the thing is, people have this idea that there's a perfect time, there's a perfect amount, there's a perfect girl out there. There's none of that stuff. Nothing else will give you more satisfaction than finding that purpose and sticking to it, making a plan, growing, right? The satisfaction doesn't come from, oh, am I successful every day in my purpose? It comes from every time I wake up in the morning, I know my job. I know what I have to do as a man. All those other things we chase, money, women, drugs, right? That high, food, they're highly attractive, highly addictive. And literally the desire for those things is literally like trying to fill and satisfy a black hole. It's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. If you're in a place right now where you're waiting for the perfect time to stop doing anything that you feel like isn't pushing you forward in life, is destructive, then you just have to decide there is no perfect time to get on that diet. There's no perfect time to get up and run in the morning. Sure, there are days where you feel better than others, but if you're really in a place right now where you lack motivation, right? You've lost that momentum, maybe you used to be in the gym, whatever it is, the right time is now. The right time is now. The right time is now to not fucking have 3 beers a day, right? And reduce it to once a week. The right time is now to maybe stop eating out so much and learn to eat simple foods, cook at home, right? And start working out. The right time is now. The right time is now to really go after what you want to do in life and not sit there and think that, oh, if I make a little bit more money, right, that's going to solve anything. Mind you, I'm not saying money is not important. Money is very important, right? That's not what I'm saying. I'm talking about people who feel like, hey, once I get this money, that's what's going to satisfy me. It doesn't work that way. It has to be bigger than that. And of course, men that are out here, you know, chasing ass every day, right? Dealing with different types of women, that stuff is exhausting, man. You just feel exhausted at the end of the day. And you realize after you've dealt with so many women that it wasn't really that worth it. They didn't bring that much value into your life. And you still feel like you never got enough. Why? Because you always have more that say no than that say yes, right? And you always feel like, oh, I should have done more, I should have done this. You will never feel satisfied when it comes to women, when it comes to food, when it comes to alcohol and drugs, and also when it comes to money. What will give you satisfaction is getting a handle on those things. Getting a handle and a grip on those things and deciding that, hey, I'm not gonna let this thing be something that's a negative aspect in my life. I don't think alcohol is negative for every single person. Does it do bad? A lot of people don't know how to control themselves, right? But you can learn to control yourself. And also, if you feel like, hey, I want to chill and not drink at all because I just feel like I'm better without alcohol, then do it. Then do it, right? I'm not here to tell anybody what to do. I'm just here to say you'll never have enough. So you have to decide when it's enough, and you have to go against that desire so you can better yourself. Hey guys, my name is Chisha Zed. Good talking to you. Till next time, I'm out. Peace.
If you can, please enjoy the show.
I'm a walking Liberty Bell. Freedom ring through my stride. Freedom to be inside and be enslaved in my pride and ride away to scream. Man, this love's so serene. I should probably shake it up just a little bit.